I don't want to sound like I'm overhyping it, but damn, that episode was freaking fire. All right, so we're going to talk about 109 exclusively because I'm watching them in episodal parts, so I have not watched 110 yet. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to, record all this afterwards and kind of maybe forget some things. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new for more Dragon Ball Super discussion videos and reviews, etc., every week here on YouTube. Anyways, as far as this goes, man, so one thing I want to say is that I do feel like Jiren was built up and it probably was not all the way warranted. I feel like they probably built him up too long. That's just my personal opinion. But I feel like the episode did a really good job of putting Jiren over. Throughout the whole entirety of the Tournament of Power, we've wondered who would be the character that puts Jiren over and allows him to show his feats in preparation for the big inevitable fight with Goku. And well, it turns out that Goku himself is that character. Jiren kind of had a little moment with Kale. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't really anything serious. But he basically sits here and embodies Goku. So Goku goes from Super Saiyan, from base to Super Saiyan 2, skips 3, of course, and then goes into God and then Blue, all the while sizing up Jiren, and Jiren is requisitely sizing up Goku. Goku wanted to push his limits and see how powerful he was in comparison to Jiren. And it's funny because Jiren doesn't move or anything. He lets himself get hit all the way to God. Then he's like, okay, now I need to start putting up a finger because these freaking punches will probably hurt now. And it's like, oh yeah, Jiren, you can't just tank everything with your face, bro, apparently. So he starts blocking the God ones, and then Goku goes Blue, and then they actually start fighting seriously. And I want to say I purposely skipped it, but damn, I'm so tired of Ribrianne. I've been saying that for like 2 weeks now. I am so, maybe 3 weeks, because there was an episode break. I'm so tired of Ribrianne. Do what you're gonna do with the character and get on with it. It was cool. Not even, I'm gonna be completely honest, I never liked it, but some people liked it the first time. That was fine with me. One time, cool. Second time, what is this, the 4th time? Stop with the Ribrianne character. And then, justice happened to her at the end when Vegeta shot her when she tried to snake Goku from behind when he was charging up the Spirit Bomb. But we'll get to that. I really did like seeing Jiren pretty much annihilate Goku. And, you listen to Belmont and he's like, hey, I want you to go take out Goku. And then you're like, oh, well, everybody else has pretty much stopped fighting at this point. And the show actually points that out. They said, look, actually take a second look. Goku is very powerful. Everybody here recognizes how powerful Goku is by now. And if Jiren fights him and eliminates him, everybody else will lose their interest in fighting Jiren. So you pretty much win if you beat Goku. And that's a very interesting concept. It's like, hey, everybody else is basically going to give up when they witness the level of power that these two fighters are outputting. And the cool thing about that is that even the gods of destruction are like, I didn't know that there were mortals this powerful. I didn't know there were mortals this powerful in these universes, in these lower universes at that. This is a fight worth watching. Some of them were literally spectating on this, and it was very interesting. This is a serious spectacle, right? It was just, I really enjoyed that. I did. And also, I want to say that the soundtrack for this episode so far, and I assume it'll happen in the next episode, was freaking fire. The OST was incredible. I'm loving it. I'm loving the build-up. It kind of feels like a mini-movie right now, the way that they kind of paced it. It felt like a movie, a second scene of a movie or something like that. So I really did enjoy that, too. I don't really have much else to say. Goku does sit there and charge up the Spirit Bomb. I thought it was kind of funny, but I don't think anybody really cared because of how hyped the fight was. I'm talking about Zeno and, the Daishinkan and the other gods. I don't think anybody truly cared, but it was kind of funny, to me, that they allowed, the other competitors that were eliminated, the human characters on the sidelines, to forfeit some of their energy to the Spirit Bomb, which was oh, okay. They're already eliminated, and we saw that Frost couldn't attack from outside, but Goku can pull energy from outside into the ring. I feel like that should be a disqualifiable offense. I feel like they're pretty much along the same lines, the same blurred lines, but that's just me. Let me know in the comments if you agree. It's really weird, but anyways, nobody really cared. They all let it happen. Jiren is such an alpha. He's like, I'm going to let you charge that up, and I'm going to take it. I said, bro, this man is crazy. And one thing that I liked, I really liked the lore change as to why Goku is always in base form when he does the Spirit Bomb. Of course, like, for example, against Kid Buu, he was in base form because, you know, he's powered down, didn't have the energy, etc., etc. Then he goes Super Saiyan once he's already launched the Spirit Bomb to kind of push it back, which he does in the episode too, but primarily about gathering energy. Apparently, Goku can only gather energy when he's in the base form. This is a bit of a retcon, actually. Actually, it's a pretty big retcon and kind of an explainer. There may have been like 1 or 2 times, I think, like in the extended series, like maybe in the movies, where Goku has pulled in energy as a Super Saiyan. But it's a bit of a retcon because of the fact that he has to be in base form, so maliciousness doesn't creep into his heart. Like that evil intent, that fighting nature that innately is in him doesn't creep into the Spirit Bomb. So that's really interesting, right? Apparently you have to literally be pure of heart to use that. And Goku has to go base form to do that. That's a really interesting concept. So we'll be right back. Jiren tanks it. He tanks Kaioken times 20. Oh, last thing. I also thought it was interesting how they literally played the Frieza card on this, where Krillin's like, oh, Goku can go Kaioken times 20. And they're like, oh, no, he already has been. That literally is exactly what they did versus Frieza on Namek. It's like, oh, Goku still has the Kaioken form, right? Why don't you use that? And King Kai's like, no, he's actually been using it all along. It's like, oh, well, I'll forget that idea then. Anyways, we'll be right back with the next part. I am hype. I'm going to go watch that and I'll get right back to it. We are now back from it took like 30 minutes, but there was a bit of a hiatus as I watched what happened in the next episode, and it was hype. It was awesome. So, of course, Goku continues, you know, to struggle with the Spirit Bomb in the beginning of the episode, and then Jiren completely beats him. It got to a point where Jiren is just staring at the Spirit Bomb and he's pushing it back. Goku's full power literally taps out max limits. He couldn't stop it, and then it pretty much gets defeated by the Spirit Bomb, or so we thought. They play the somber music and everything, and they're like, well, Jiren technically killed him, right? And I'm like, yeah, technically, but they have a loophole built in, of course, because since it's Goku's attack, it doesn't actually matter. I think that's baloney, but it is what it is. It actually doesn't matter had Goku have died, and they couldn't sense him, so everybody just thought he was dead. Jiren is freaking out. You know, Universe 11's like, oh yeah, we've definitely got this thing in the bag. Universe 7 is done for. And then all of nowhere, you sense this energy, this rumbling. The world of Void starts to shake like it did when Jiren powered up. And then this man emerges from the rubble, and he is ready to go. That was awesome. I love the set pieces that they had. I love the music, everything about that. Like, I thought it was awesome. And you know, interesting thing is Dispo and Topo jump in like, hey, you don't know when to quit. And then Goku just done. Stop. You stop it. You know, you can't even hit the man. And this is actually Ultra Instinct. So he broke through the limits. He reached his limit, broke through the barrier, absorbed the power of the Spirit Bomb pretty much. And then from there, also coupled that with the self-mastery, like the mastered movements that we foreshadowed way back in the series, he actually somehow mastered that with the Spirit Bomb as the catalyst. They don't actually explain how he learned how to have that calm mind, calm spirit, and be able to do that, but he just mastered it in that split moment, the act of letting your body move on its own and dodge on its own, and just, you know, removing your mind, detaching your mind from your movements, just letting it happen pretty much is what that is. And that coupled with the Spirit Bomb is how Goku gets that resounding form. But damn, that was awesome. In this, you know what it was? I think it was the music. I think the music is what captivated me, and it was like, hey, this is really the best part of this, and this is what makes it so special. And then I did like Whis' attempt at narrating. And Whis also fanboying about this. I loved Whis fanboying, like, oh my god, Beerus, yeah. And Beerus is so salty. Beerus is so salty. Oh man, I don't have words, man. I thought I would have more to say, but I just simply don't. The episode was fire. Can't wait to see what happens next week as Frieza showed up. And things are about to get lit. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hope you guys had fun with the episode. I did. Definitely some of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super thus far. Remains to be seen what happens. Remains to be seen if this will be something Goku can tap into in the future. Also remains to be seen if he will also have that same aura, eye change, hair standing up, and all that stuff. Or if that was simply an effect of the Spirit Bomb. Or an interesting thought would be if other characters can do this, because technically it's not easy to acquire, but it seems like something every character should be able to do due to the nature of the technique. if, you know, now that doesn't mean that they'll have enough time to do it, right? Because Beerus has been alive for several years and he can't do it. But either way, if, for example, a character like Vegeta did finish it, would he look the same, or would it just be him in his regular transformations or base form and just being able to, you know, dodge and move effortlessly? Because, I mean, there was even a shot where Topo's like, Justice Flash, and this man Goku is just walking out of it. He ain't even looking at it. He just knows where it's all at. He's just moving, and he had to deflect one of them. But that's how intense this is. So, interesting question for you guys. Let me know in the comments. Have an awesome day. Thank you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next Dragon Ball Super video. Peace out, guys.